Let's go through what we know right now. Saeed Rizwan Farook, he's 28 years old. He worked at that Inland Regional Center. In fact, he was at that holiday party earlier in the day, his colleagues say. He was an environmental specialist in the public health division. This is interesting, particularly unusual. Tashfeen Malik, 27 years old. We're told by the Council on American Islamic Relations, quoting his family, that she was married to Farook, a husband and wife, a man and a woman, as the joint shooters, extremely unusual and active shooter situations in the United States. There is a third person detained. Police have not established if there's any connection there. But here's one more detail that the LA Times is reporting this morning, and that is that Farook traveled to Saudi Arabia within the last several weeks. No sense now of the importance of that, but that could become an important detail as we move on. Let's go through some of the other details we know about him, because he had a dating profile posted which described his personality. He said he was religious, but a modern family of four. He says he identifies as Muslim, but with an Eastern and Western mix of family values. And just some personal details he put on there. He enjoys target practice in his backyard. Again, we don't know the significance of that yet, but as you see these details, Chris, come out now, could have significance as the investigation goes forward. Let's talk about what we're learning about the weapons used in this attack. And this is key, because you and I have talked about this, and from very early on, law enforcement officials saying this was a planned attack. There were two .223 caliber assault rifles. These are AR-15s. They can be automatic or semi-automatic. There were also semi-automatic handguns. Again, these are going to be details key as we move on in the investigation. The handguns legally purchased by Farook. The rifles purchased by someone else legally, but believed to have that person believed to have no connection to this attack. That's how they got their weapons. Let's talk about another thing interesting and different about this. Police believe there were explosives involved. They didn't work, but there were explosives involved. The bag discovered at the site of the shooting at the Inland Regional Facility contained explosive devices rigged to a remote control car, a toy, rigged to that toy. They found later in the SUV the detonating device. Either they didn't use it or it didn't work because of distance, but these attackers, Chris, planned to unleash more havoc, not just with their weapons, but with those explosives. Thankfully, they were not used in the end. I'll tell you, from the beginning, Chris, speaking to counter-terror officials, law enforcement officials, they said, you look at all these things, multiple shooters, the weapons that they had, this speaks to forward planning. They don't know the motive, but to them, from very early on, it didn't look like a crime of passion. But then you have this confusion because he was at that holiday party. There's talk of a possible dispute. He leaves, he comes back. But I'll tell you, Chris, you and I have covered a lot of these things. Crimes of passion, very rarely do you then have all the weapons stashed. You come up in tactical military gear. You have an escape plan, etc. I mean, these are hard questions got to be answered.